we stop, we gon' get it done. Get it when we start, we gon' get it done. Start when we stop, we gon' get it done.
Anthony's World.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? I'm Anthony. You know me as Anthony's World, and we are on another episode of the Living Icon podcast. And today, I have a very special friend, special fucking guest. This man has fucking motivated me, inspired me to become more, just to become more and be great. And man, I can't appreciate the friendship more. But we got Mr. fucking Rob Bailey. This is
What's up,
surreal.
man?
This is surreal, man.
I love it. I love being here, dude. I love being here.
I love you being here.
I love me
I
being
love
here.
you being
yeah,
here.
it's good.
So, how are you though? How are you today? How is life today? You know, you said it was a little busy yesterday.
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You thriving?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying life right now.
Isn't that awesome feeling?
Yeah, enjoying life is cool. Yeah.
You know what?
Not enjoying life
kind of fucking sucks.
Not so cool.
No, I love that, man. I love that. How you liking Scottsdale?
So one day it was like 103 already, which
Fucking sucks.
which was like, I picked up Dana at the airport and she was like, "It's really hot here," and I was like, the car says 103. Like, that's crazy for me because Montana is still snowing right now.
Yeah.
But I dig it, dude. I dig it. I mean, we're gonna set up a little satellite office here and start ripping. I'm excited.
Man, I love that. So, just so you guys know, I found this man probably like 5-6 years ago.
Someone asked me how we met the other day, and I was like,
I think I just honestly, I think I just slid in your DMs, dog.
But that's how shit works now, right? They're
Yeah.
like, "How did you meet?" And I'm like, I think we started talking on Instagram, and then we were like, we should meet up, and then we met up.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
I was in Montana, and I just happened to be going to where y'all's headquarters is in Montana because I had my buddy Chad there, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna slide in the DMs, dog.
I think we met before that.
We met, but we. Oh, you're right, we did.
Yeah, we met in Scottsdale.
That is right. I totally.
But I don't remember how that happened. Like, we came to your office.
Yeah.
I guess the last office.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
last office. That is right. 100%
remember.
correct.
I think it was like, "Hey, do you want to do a podcast or something?"
Yeah, it was
right?
something like that. But
you know, that's how grown ass men make friends with other grown ass men.
slide in the DMs,
You know, like,
dog.
"Yo, do you want to hang out?" You're like, you start a podcast.
Hey,
and
come
it's
get
like
on this.
An appropriate way to fucking
Yeah.
hang out with another dude.
But this, he inspired me, man. Like, honestly, I'll never forget some of the words you told me. You were like, "You're killing it. You need to start this. You need to start doing this." And I was like, "Geez, dog, I'm just trying to live over here." And
you're
you're like
killing
telling
it,
me
bro.
I need to do all this different shit. And then like put myself out there, and that shit like inspired me, and that's why I started going on these different podcasts, start talking. Like, I fucking bought an embroidery machine.
And I saw that
Because-
I took a photo of it. It's on my phone now. So
Because I was like, well, I can't, do the screen printing because he does it. So I gotta do something
You can
a
do whatever you
little
want,
bit.
bro.
I gotta do something a little bit different, than you.
no,
Just because
do the
it's
fucking
cool.
do whatever you want.
But I
do that.
just like that. But so this podcast, what we want to really talk about and what we want to do is just entrepreneurship, how to become better. It's called Living Icon for a reason, and that's because everyone thinks of an icon as someone that's deceased, someone that's died, someone that's gone away. But it's like, nah, like, you're a fucking icon. You're living and you're a fucking icon. Everyone around us is a fucking icon. We can be icons. So let's keep that going, and that's where I'm at with this. So, when going into this,
sunglasses?
no, I don't. No, I
I
don't.
like how hard you go.
I had something on the top of my head.
Yeah.
And then I was keep
All
going.
right, we got plenty of time.
We do. But what I want to talk about is the journey, the entrepreneurship that you have, because I've been watching you for so long, and you being, the person that's actually fucking making things happen and the connections. How are you making those connections happen? Or is this just or is this more of time? And that's like really important to me because like I'm at that age and that stage.
So
where
I
it's
handle
young.
connections a really interesting way, right? So this morning, I hate name dropping, but I'm going to use it for example. So this morning I hung out with Alex Hermosi. We trained for 3 hours.
Fucking animal.
Right? Yeah, no, he's a fucking monster, dude. And we've hung out a few times now.
Is he a cool dude
Yeah,
in
he's
person?
incredible. He's incredible. Yeah, he's even cooler in person.
I mean, I saw he was working out in fucking sandals. Like, how much of a badass do you have to be to work out in fucking sandals?
He doesn't care about anything like that.
Jesus.
But a couple people were like, "Oh, dude, you guys starting business together? You guys doing this?" And the way that I form relationships is very specific. Like, I sort of keep that away. Like, you might have noticed that, but I'm like, I always like to make friendships first and then go into business. Because I'm approached by a lot of people that right away they're like, let's start this, or I want to work with you on this, or I want to buy part of this. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I think Dana and I mix life with business so much that if I'm bringing someone into business, I'm bringing them into my life.
Yeah.
So I have to like put some time in as a friend first and make sure that we actually align because, dude, I don't care how much fucking money I'd make, but if I'm in business with someone I don't like, fuck off.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
I'll get rid of the company.
And honestly, I don't want friends that I don't do business with either.
Exactly.
Because like if I can't make money with you and I can't grow with you, then what? Like I think that we're grown ass men. Like I'm a grown ass man. Like if I'm not making money or it's benefiting my family, my life, my personal experience, then like why am I doing that? You know what I mean? So no, I love that, and I see the relationships that you're building and how you're doing it. And me and you have built a really solid relationship. Like I said, man, I consider him to be one of my only mentors. Because even though it's one of those
I've never been a mentor before. I like it though.
You
said that last time we met, and I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You're like, no, you're like a mentor to me, and I was like,
but you are because
right.
like you just tell me like you just kind of like it's cool because we don't do business together, and so like sometimes I get different aspects
we will one
from
day.
you. Yeah, we will. And when the time
I just
comes,
don't know when for what. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But like what you've told me and like you've basically told me is like it's like more of like a friend level. It's like stop being a bitch. Get your fucking shit done. It's pretty much what you've told me every time we talk. And I'm like, God, well, when this motherfucker tells me to stop being a bitch, get my shit done, I guess I better stop. You know what I mean?
Classic Rob Bailey line right there. Yeah, stop being a bitch. Oh, good advice, bro.
Well, I meant like, but it's true. Like that's what you've always done to me, and you've pushed me in ways that are like to keep me fucking going, and I love that and I respect that. It's so fucking.
Thank you, man. I like watching you. I like watching you do damn thing. You're one of the more entertaining people in my life. Really? Entertaining for a good reason, right? I think you're doing so many exciting things, and like every single time I see you, you're doing like elevated shit, right? And I think that I like watching that. Like I don't have a very big friend circle, but I like watching people do really elevated shit.
That's awesome, and I appreciate that.
Problem,
man. This is awesome. It's fucking
I like that we.
I'm sitting. This is such a surreal moment. I'm sitting here smoking a cigar.
I asked Dana if I should put my hair down so we don't have the same fucking bun here.
Fuck it.
Yours is much fuller than mine.
I got told we looked alike a little bit.
We look alike?
Well, that's what someone told me on one of my pictures.
Listen, so what I noticed
he's
is
only like 7 foot.
I'm not 7 foot. Fuck, dude. If I was 7 foot,
you'd be you are a monster.
Life would be interesting. I mean, life's interesting, but 7 foot, dude. Like, 'cause 7 foot, you're like a freak at that point. Realistically, right?
Do you not see how broad your shoulders are?
I'm a thick boy, but I'm not. I don't think I'm a freak, right? I can sort of blend in. You can't blend in at 7
This
feet.
man's quote was, "I want to be so swole that I can take a bullet and just eat it."
Well, I just thought that if you had more,
that was literally one of the first quotes all from him.
Yeah, that video went so viral. People were like, "You're so fucking dumb," and I was like, "Yeah, but if I have more mass." So one of my athletes, Frank McGrath.
Crazy.
Frank McGrath, like all time.
You've
seen his forearms?
Fuck it.
So he got T-boned in a car accident, and that's what they told him. They're like, "Yo, if you weren't so thick, like you'd be dead." But like his muscle mass protected him in the car when it got crushed. So all right,
that's crazy.
It's sort of like getting shot, but by a fucking car.
So you just had a podcast that went fucking viral. Fucking viral. You had I would say probably one of the most inspirational badasses of the world as your first.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Where do you go from that?
That's what we're trying to figure out, right? So I've had podcasts in the past. Aaron just got out of prison, and he's sort of like looking at life a little bit different, and we sort of want to work together more. So we're partnering on some things, and one of the things we partnered on is a podcast called Chips and Caviar. And the intention was...
Great name.
I know, right? Thank you. The intention was to just be us talking business, right? Sharing stories, because we met... shit, dude. When I first met Aaron... we were at a steakhouse, and this rich doctor invited us to go to the steakhouse. And like part of me is like, I've never been to a steakhouse in my life, right? And we get there, and I've never seen a steakhouse menu where the steak's like $60 and it doesn't come with a side. So I look at the menu and I'm like, oh no. And I look at Dana and she's like, we should get out of here. And I look at Aaron and I was like, Aaron, like, what are you gonna do? He's like, hopefully these guys pay for us, because like I can't afford this either. And this was back, I think we were like 20. Maybe like 25 or something like that. I was 25. Aaron was probably like 27. And we hadn't really started the journey yet. And I remember, dude, Dana got like crab cakes. I like ate someone's spinach. And that was our gas money to get home. And it's crazy because like, bro, we just drove Ferraris across Italy for a day.
God, that's
right?
epic.
we rented out the Vatican to, like, you can rent out the Vatican and go in the Sistine Chapel by yourself if you have enough money. So, like, doing things like that, like, we're just like, damn,
Apparently, you can do whatever if you have enough money. That's fucking crazy.
Bro, we're in the Vatican, which apparently you can't, I don't know much about the Vatican, but I learned you can't be in there, like, by yourself, really. And he's trying to FaceTime his son, but he can't get service. And I was like, I don't feel like, but it was just like, I mean, surreal moments like this over and over and over. And I think back to, like, that steak dinner, and it was like, damn, dude, I remember when we couldn't afford that, right? And it's crazy because, like, not much has changed. The finances have changed, the responsibility, but, like, we're still the same dudes. So when he said, let's start a podcast, I said, absolutely. Yeah. So we pre-recorded like 20 episodes. And then he did a show maybe like 8 years ago with Dan Crenshaw, who I've always been a fan of. Dan Crenshaw, right? I've just thought he was cool. You know, he's a SEAL. He's all these different things. And then a clip went viral with Goggins where he was talking shit on Goggins, and Goggins had the receipts. So Crenshaw,
just so they know, the first guest.
Yeah, he was our first guest.
Goggins.
David Goggins, right?
Crazy.
And he called up Aaron. He's like, I want to be on your fucking show, motherfucker, and set you straight. And I was like, hey, I don't even know what to say on this show. So I just sort of sat there and let them fucking go back and forth. But yeah, dude, the podcast it's absolutely crushing. And that's the question is like, well, who do we have on next, right? Because, like, where do you go from fucking Goggins? Because you look at even, like, Google results, like, he's the dude.
Yeah, he's an animal. He's a fucking monster.
He's the dude. So, I don't know, it's really interesting because, our point is to get our message across, right? Like, I don't want to be, like, the TMZ of Navy SEALs, but it's definitely giving us, like, this bigger voice, this bigger platform. I don't think we're going to do, like, that drama too often. Try not to.
Yeah.
But we're definitely in a place now where we can, like, get big boys on the podcast.
That's awesome. And so your plan is in the podcast is to just keep growing yourself and obviously keep just spreading knowledge. Do you have any other plans with the podcast, or is it really just like, is this more of a passion project, or is it?
It's because I like working with Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a good, I mean, same thing, right? Like, this isn't for anything. It's just a good excuse for you and I to sit down together.
Yeah, have a cigar, drink some tequila.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people go into podcasts and they're like, they think it's how they're going to start making money, or they're going to start getting sponsorships. And that's one thing that, I mean, we've never done, right? Like the sponsorship thing. It's like, dude, for fucking how much people owe you. Yeah. They tell you what to say. And I think we're just really blessed that we make money elsewhere. So the podcast can just be fun. It can be organic, you know, just like yours. And we can actually talk about what we want to talk about, right? And if we can talk about what we want to talk about, like, I think it's really important right now that we share as much business information as possible, because they're trying to make everyone weak as fuck as men, right? Yes. They're trying to kill off all good examples. That's why Goggins is under attack so much, right? Like, from what I think Crenshaw is purchased by the left. Like, realistically, I think he's purchased by the left.
Oh, shit.
I know I'm going to say some more
We're
intense,
dropping.
Right? But I think he's purchased by the left, and I think that's why there's such a heavy attack on Goggins, is because he's promoting, like, hey, be strong, take care of yourself, put yourself through hard shit, be the best version of yourself. And I don't think right now that the government or anyone wants men, women, families to be strong, right? Yes. They want us to be as weak as possible. They want us to be fucking broke. They want us to be confused with tax law. They want everyone to be controllable, right?
100%.
And I think that anyone that steps outside that is sort of a target. And I think that there's a really healthy way that Aaron and I, with all of our knowledge, all of our mistakes, and I think it's more than mistakes, right? Because
that's what makes us strong.
Exactly. And when I thought about being a coach or being a podcaster, I was like, well, am I qualified? And what got me was they're like, how many, like, hundreds of millions of dollars have you lost by accident? I was like, oh, a lot. Right? Like, I've lost more than I've made. And they're like, and you learned from all that. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, then share that. I was like, oh, shit. Like, if I can share that, like, mistakes or any kind of help for a free platform like podcasting, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and honestly, that's why I do this, and that's why I just want to inform people and teach people different things. And honestly, I've said it many times, but it's purely selfish. I do this podcast because, not just because I want to share the knowledge, because I want to fucking learn. Like, I'm more fascinated with just sitting here talking with you than I am actually, you know, putting it out there. And so, because, like, I feel like everyone can learn from just about everyone, and you can learn a lot of 100%. Stuff. Because, like, for me, like, I remember the time that I started learning a ton of life, like, about life, is when I had my kids. And it's like, I never, like, thought that my kids could teach me. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I had 2 kids, and it's like, they're teaching me a whole different
You
aspect
learn a lot of
of
response.
society.
I mean, I don't have kids, right? But a lot of my people have kids, and the two things I've noticed when people have kids is, especially men, two things happen. There's men out there that go to nest and they like just want to go take care of their kids and like, oh, like make sure everything's okay, make sure that everyone's protected, like be at home with them more and like coddle them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's men that turn into fucking monsters.
Yes.
And they're like, oh no, like life just got serious.
Real, yeah.
Like really, really real. That responsibility hits them and they fucking feel it in their chest.
That's what happened to me. I'll never forget the moment that Megan told me, she's like, I'm pregnant. And I was like, I got 9 months to change my life. And that's literally, like I got 9 months to
How old
change.
were you?
I was 23, 22.
Okay.
22. Damn, yeah, 22.
Dude, you don't even know. You haven't even been long enough, old enough, like you haven't been alive long enough to forget numbers, bro.
Yeah.
You're still a youngster and and he can't fucking do numbers still.
Well, that's how it was. Yeah, you're right. But no, I was like 22, 23, and then I just never, we went from a 2-bedroom townhome in Colorado and then like literally $3-4 grand a month driving a Toyota Camry and an 07 Lexus to, by the time he was 1 year, a McLaren, a G-Wagon, and flying private around the world.
You think that was because you had kids?
I think it was a combination of both. But yes, I honestly, like, it was my girl.
Yeah.
And she being like, this is what we're doing. And I was like, because like obviously for us, like abortion and all that was like never gonna happen. Yeah. It's just not really like what I like. If I'm gonna fucking take that chance, that's what it's gonna be. So I was like, okay, I'm bringing this kid in the world. I'm gonna fucking prove the best fucking life.
There you go.
And I mean, I always had it in me before that, but like that was like, oh shit, you really gotta step your shit up.
There you go. I like that.
And that was what it was. And so it put me in a pressure situation. And I always say, like, I tell people all the time, and this is like really good shitty advice, if that makes sense to you.
Good shitty advice. I'm ready for it. Teach me, man.
This is really good shitty advice. I believe that people should put themselves in the most pressuring situation in order to grow. Like, you should put yourself...
How is that shitty advice? That's fucking awesome advice.
Because I've told people they should go in massive amounts of debt and other shit, because it's like, go fucking buy that fucking business. Go do that. Go put yourself in that debt. Yeah. Go put yourself in crazy situations to where your back is against the fucking wall and you have nowhere to go, because as humans, you will always 100%. Fucking prevail. You will always come out on top because you have to. You have to.
I think that's like, it's an interesting thing about the human race, right? Like, I think when you're not really doing much and you're sort of comfortable, you see like all these options in the world and like everything's sort of like whatever. And then like you're driving down the street and something pops up in traffic, right? Like a tire or something like that. Like how fast your brain corrects, because when you're in trouble, like everything gets so fucking clear. I feel like a superhero, right? Yes. We've all had that where like something's happened and time slows down. And I think
like
when you're
fucking catching shit,
all of a sudden, like, shit, I'm fucking Spider-Man. But I think that like something about having your back against the wall, all of a sudden, all that shit that doesn't matter fades away, right? And I think that that's something that we've dealt with many, many times. Dana's sitting over there, so I keep pointing over at her. I can't see her, but she's somewhere over there. It's like when you're truly backs against the wall and shit's really fucking bad, it's like all that noise vanishes and you're like, oh, I need to figure this out right now.
Fight or flight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fight or fight.
Yeah, and that you're just telling people to do that. I don't know about the massive debt shit, but like
well, I mean, like I tell people to put themselves in pressuring situations.
Amount of debt.
But I tell people to put themselves in pressuring situations. Like if you can afford the car but like not afford it, like go put yourself in that situation. Buy that car, because you're going to always find a way. You know, if you want that house, like put yourself in that situation. And I've seen it just many, many times. So with that being said though, let's go in. My next question for you is simply, now that you're at a position where you're at in life, because I just went through this where I got really comfortable. How do you, if your back's not against the wall, how do you keep progressing and keep growing? Because I went through a whole different situation in life where I was like, I don't have to fucking work if I don't want to. So how did you keep maintaining that level of pressure to make yourself grow?
So I don't think I have. I know you weren't expecting that.
No.
So I'm gonna like.
Well, that fucks my next question up.
I know. Wait. I'll answer this in depth, right? And then maybe you'll get a question out of it. So, truthfully, I don't think I have. So I'm turning 40 in a month, which is heavy, right? Now I think the average dude's like turning 40 and they panic.
When's your birthday?
May 27th.
Damn, I'm May 29th.
No shit.
Yeah, you're a Gemini
Dana's May
too?
30th, yeah.
Yo.
I didn't know
Hell
that.
yeah. Gemini.
Oh, is that what that is? I never knew. I don't follow that girl shit, bro. I wear crystals and everything, but I'm not like a Gemini.
This man is wearing crystals, but he's like, I'm a Gemini, but I don't know I'm a Gemini.
I feel like they give me special powers.
Well, that's crazy. We should go do something crazy for our birthdays.
Right, we're going down to Cabo. I'm playing live in Cabo on a yacht, and then we're gonna take over a bar and play live.
Oh, I'm not there. I don't have to be pressured or situations. You're going to play. You're going to fuck. I'm so saying. You're sitting over here like I haven't done that yet.
No, okay. Let me.
I'm going to play live on Cabo.
Well, let's not get distracted. I got a question to answer right now, right? So I think that turning 40, I think the average dude turns 40 and they're like, well, my life's over. Like, you get your midlife crisis or whatever. And I want to be very clear. Like, I feel my body feels better than it's ever felt. Like, my brain feels sharper. I feel fucking amazing. But I think the context of turning 40 and then looking back at 30, it gives me like a real solid 10 years. Right? And it's like, that's what's interesting to me. So I look back at 10 years and I'm like, all right, well, what am I doing now that I was doing 10 years ago? Like, what haven't I cleaned the fuck up? Right? So like, what in me emotionally, what in me awareness wise, what in me like spiritually, what are all these things that I haven't cleaned up? And then also in business, like how much further ahead am I? Like, what are the same mistakes I'm making? What are the same management mistakes, same hiring mistakes, scaling mistakes? Like, what companies do I still have from 10 years ago that I'm not fucking into? And my back's not against the wall because it doesn't fucking matter. I could just keep doing this, making great money, living my great life, fucking having the house in Cabo, going down there and just hanging out for a couple weeks, and it doesn't fucking matter, driving whatever car I want. But sort of what I did, and it's convenient because I just told you Aaron got out of prison, but I've been like, oh, I'm on a world tour. And like I asked Dana and I was like, hey, can I go on this little world tour thing where I'm just on the fucking road? And me being on the road right now, I'm doing like a little 2-month, 3-month thing where I'm just taking as many inputs as possible. And normally what I do is I take an input and it hits me and I react right away because that's how I do life, right? Like I'm very aggressive. I like to just be like, boom, reaction, decision. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking in all these inputs and I'm like letting them sit in me. So if I feel jealous or my ego's out of control or just some kind of weird feelings, I'm like letting them sit in my fucking chest. And then I'm trying to look back over the last 10 years and figure out like what's in me that I haven't cleaned up yet. And I'm sort of setting like a little timeline for myself for the end of May 27th, that like, oh, I want to get this shit figured out. So like I put my back against the wall to figure a bunch of things out. So I think that's how I do it, right? Like, because it's, same thing. You could retire, I could retire. I don't have to do any of this shit. But my big next play is the awareness, is like figuring out, like, I want to figure myself out on like a really deep fucking level. And then like what drives me, and then also what matters, right? And that's the biggest thing out of the last few months is I've realized like, oh, impact, bro. Like I've heard other people say impact, and I hear them saying, and I feel like they're just going through the motions of like, I want to build a well in Africa because that's what people do, or donate, and they say bullshit like that, right? Yeah. But I don't think they actually mean it. I think they're just picking up somebody else's playbook, and they're just saying what somebody else says, right? Because I've done that, right? Like, well, what do you want? Well, I want a Lambo, and I want a big house, and I want, you want all these things. And I think that's what these last few months of my world tour, right? Putting myself in weird situations where I'm traveling. I'm not in my comfortable Montana. Yeah. I'm all over the fucking place. And I'm trying to figure out like, what is that next level for me? What's the next 10 years look like? And a lot of it's coming back to like, oh, I'm a powerful motherfucker. Like that's my biggest, I'm really fucking powerful. And if I don't know where my power is going or don't know what's going on, then like, I'm doing everyone a disservice. So I've made big changes this year. Like I said on the podcast the other day, and I don't realize I've never said it out loud, but like I haven't watched porn in 4 months, which like I've watched porn my whole life. The second a computer came on and I was like, oh wait, I can type in this and it just shows up, and then I can like, yeah. I've watched porn for fucking 30 years now. And for some reason in January, I was like, this is weird. Something about this I don't fucking like. And there's a lot of things that are lining up like that are just like, what's taking my fucking power from me? Yeah. Right? And I think I think that as much as I say I'm powerful and it might like trigger other people, like everyone's this fucking powerful.
Yes.
Like everyone in this fucking room is hella powerful.
Yep.
It's just a matter of knowing where your power is going, where your attention, where your thoughts are going. And I think that that's the big thing for me is I need to figure all that out right the fuck now. So I need to put myself in a situation where like, yeah, I'm not home. You know, I'm staying in shitty Airbnbs. I'm staying in nice Airbnbs. I'm sleeping in fucking airports. I'm on the fucking move, man. And it's all in this quest to figure it the fuck out.
So you're basically putting yourself in massively uncomfortable situations where you become uncomfortable. You become comfortable being uncomfortable.
And amazing situations.
Yeah.
Like it's not all shitty.
Yeah.
Like I'm having a great time.
Yeah. I love that.
Fucking Thailand tomorrow, I think, right? Am I in Thailand tomorrow? Tomorrow, it's 2 days. I'm in 2 days. I'm in fucking Thailand.
That's epic.
Like,
I was gonna
that's
say
not
tomorrow.
bad.
After tonight, you ain't making it.
hey! I gotta play live tomorrow.
You ain't making it anywhere. No, I love that, and I've been seeing this big shift in just the dynamic of the world and people, and I don't know if it's just me, but I look at my Instagram, and I said this the other day. Like my Instagram now, like I pull up my Instagram and I get fucking motivated. I get inspired, and there is this huge shift in the world.
Yeah,
where
100%.
It's so incredible. It's to just watch and see that people are becoming powerful and believing in themselves and great and talking about different things. And it's like, it's weird. Like I feel like there's this high conscious level happening.
Why do you think? I have a theory. I'll say the theory. I want to know why you think that's happening, because it's happening right now.
Okay, so we're obviously we're really seeing it. Why do I think it's happening? I think certain things were put in place and that happened for that to be, but I think people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah. And
there's just this energy of the world right now that I'm just seeing, and it's just truly incredible. The people around me, and like I feel selfish because I feel like it's only people around me, but everyone else around me is telling me. But like I just think people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna get my shit. I'm gonna do this. And then the more that I see it, man, they're like, I'm doing everything that I do now because of other people and for other people now. And it's just truly I'm like lately, like the last, I would say like 6 months, I have had this overwhelming joy of everything. And I heard a quote that people don't know the difference in anxiety and excitement. Yeah. And all of a sudden I started realizing, I have such bad anxiety. And then I realized I don't have anxiety. I get really excited about things. And like, it's like that first date, you know, or that going out to this club or going out to somewhere else, you get there and you're like, I have anxiety about going out. No, you're just really fucking excited. Yeah. And like, I am just truly so passionate and excited about life now. And like everything, man. Like honestly, there's times where I've been lately, I'll just sit in my fucking room and I'll just start crying of excitement and happiness and joy. And it's just like, I got the best shit around me. And so I just think there's been this energy shift in the world that's just like, call me a fucking hippie, but like there's an energy shift in the world that's just like people are excited about life.
I'll be less hippie. All right, so what I think happened.
Andrew Tate?
Again, this is I think Tate's a byproduct, right? I think Tate's a really big byproduct of it all, right? So I think what happened is I think the internet opened up a bunch of doors, right? And I think that the power that be sort of lost a little bit of control, right? And then Trump accidentally got elected. I think he accidentally got elected. I don't think anyone really saw that coming, right? And then I think everyone panicked. I think the powers that be panicked. This is pretty conspiracy theory shit. I think they were scared of Trump, right? Because he's not a fucking team player.
He can't be bought.
He can't be bought because he doesn't give a fuck. His ego's too powerful to be bought, I think. So I think that they may have released a disease, not a disease, what do we call it? Are we allowed to say COVID? We can say COVID, right?
Yeah, fucking.
All right. I think they might
CV-19.
They might have released something because I think the whole world was sort of, Trump was fucking shit up. So I think that they released that. I can say all this, right?
Yes, you can.
So I think
Trump was fucking shit up.
I think Trump was fucking shit up, and I think they released that because they weren't sure what to do, right? So they just sort of blow up the world. Now, I think they sent everyone into this, like, you know, into this weird, they tried to do like a big reset. And I think that the problem is what they weren't counting on was a lot of people waking up. So I think a lot of people came out of that really confused. And there's a large, I'll get to more just simple emotions, stay away from the Trump shit. But I think that a lot of people came out of that and they started to feel something different, right? Like obviously people generally on the radical left or mainstream media or my mom or all these fucking weirdos are now confused about simple things, and they're attaching themselves to really weird identities. But I think what happened is people like me, people like you, sort of started sitting back and be like, damn, everybody's really confused. Mm-hmm. And I think that true men, true leaders, when they see everyone being confused, you get more confident that you need to be somebody who's confident, right? That you need to find more information. You need to have a better understanding. And I think that, like, for example, Andrew Tate, he says things very interesting, but if you really get down to his message, like, he has his shit together.
Yes.
And I think that he probably saw the window and was like, shit, man, we need leaders.
This is my time, yeah.
We need leaders. Shit's a fucking mess. And I think that that's part of what's going on for me, right? I think that a bunch of people always call me a sociopath. I've been called a sociopath a lot because a lot of times my emotions don't match up with what they should be. So I spent my whole life, and a lot of times when I should feel... Dana asked me the other night, she's like, well, do you feel sad for that? And I was like, I don't feel sad. Like, if I'm telling you the fucking truth, but I spent a lot of time like pretending emotions and feeling anxiety and not sure why I'm feeling it and not really understanding all these emotions. And that's sort of one of the big things I'm doing right now is I'm like sitting with these emotions, sitting with these inputs and figuring out like, oh, this isn't anxiety. This is excitement. Mm-hmm. Oh, this isn't like a really bad manic session. Like, I'm just fucking passionate and excited about life. Like, when my ego's really ramped up, it's like, no, this is confidence. This isn't something bad, you know? So I think that I'm sorting through maybe the same thing some of these other people that have popped up, right? Like the Tates and things like that I'm sorting through the emotion and realizing, no, I think I was part of something else. If we want to call it the Matrix, we can call it the fucking Matrix. But I think I was part of something else where I was maybe raised and manipulated a little bit through media and shows that I was a little confused. Right? I was a little confused with like, I need to really be humble, or I need to, you know, I can't interact with too many, all these different things. And that's one of the biggest things I'm cleaning up right now is like if you ask me if I'm sad, I'm not going to pretend I'm sad anymore. I'm not going to I'm becoming very aware of all those emotions. And I think a lot of them were just wrong, dude. And I think there's a lot of people out there right now that are mixed up in all those emotions because the world's really fucking hard and really confusing and they don't know how to make sense of them. And then they're ending up in really weird spots. And then they're being confirmed by really weird media sources or whatever to stay fucking confused, or they have power in being confused, right?
Yep.
So, dude, I think that's why you see so many people stepping the fuck up right now, is because the people that are really aware, or if you want to call them woke or whatever, they're like, no, wait, I need to be a really strong dude.
Yeah.
I need to create resources and set an example for people around me. And I think that's why we have this rise in like hyper masculine males, because it's under fucking attack, dude. And the people that see it stand the fuck up, and they need to be strong. They need to be powerful. They need to have resources. They need to figure out how to work business. And then on top of all of that, we need to figure out how to share that with as many people as possible, which is why I'm doing the podcast, which is why I'm trying to put out, you know, the fucking coaching group, which is why you're doing these things.
Yes.
Because we need to share this information. It's no longer... we can all just be individuals, right? And we did that for a while on social media. Everybody was an individual. Everybody was in the thing.
Everyone was competing.
Yeah, everyone was competing. And now it's like, oh, no. We're under attack like our species, and we need to stand up and be a fucking team. And that's why you see like coaching's popular. That's why you see like these groups popping up, is because the tribes are forming again, man. Because they have to, because we're under fucking attack. That's enough conspiracy theory for me, but I just wanted to make sure I got that out.
Real quick, to go along with that, there's been a study, it's been out for years, but when you actually get sick, your brain has to evolve and grow in order to heal it. So people, when COVID happened, their brains, it was a new virus, their brains had to progress in order to, not like, I want to say get smarter, but not really get smarter, but it had to progress. And that is something that goes along with that, is that people literally had to become smarter in order to fight the virus off for them, because every time you get sick, that's why. So like, I see it with my kids. When kids get sick, they will literally get sick for like 2 weeks. They'll get like a common cold or something like that, and they'll come out of the cold or whatever, and they'll be like talking. And it's like, you just went from being sick, not talking, to now being like fucking sick, and it's because your brain. I was talking to my buddy who's a doctor. He is he works at the ER here locally, and he's like yeah, every time a person gets sick, they get smarter. And I was like, so COVID literally made people smarter. And he was like, yeah, absolutely, because it causes your brain to. I mean,
that's interesting.
I don't have a fucking degree or nothing, but yeah, I was just talking to him about it.
I don't think you're lying to me.
But like, that's what he was telling me. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not.
Can we fact check that?
Can we fact check that?
Do you do any of that fact checking stuff?
Nah, fuck fact checks.
Fuck fact checking. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that doesn't even work anymore, right?
Doesn't.
I look up stuff on the internet. I'm like, no, I know this is true, and it's like false, dude.
Yeah,
that is not true. And it's like I saw it happen. They're like, nope, you didn't see that. Dude, you can't trust the internet anymore, man.
No.
Like, you used to Google things, and that used to be like a validation point. And now you Google things, and like the first 15 articles are like trying to trick you that you're wrong.
Yep. But when I heard that, man, I thought it was crazy. I was like,
no, that's
shit.
a good point. I didn't know
and
that.
so people literally got smarter during COVID because they had to in order to survive the virus. And that goes back to your back being against the fucking wall. Humans will always prevail. Humans will always continue to grow. And I love that. And I love that. So in this journey of life, like, because that's what I call this. So like, this is a journey of life. We're just very fortunate that we've been able to have the mindset to build something. Where do you see yourself from 40 to 50? You talked about,
bro. I'm figuring that out right now.
You don't know?
I think I see myself stepping into more of a teaching platform, right? I've noticed that like the more I work with other people, the more that I give, the more I get back, right? I think that not in my, I guess in my 30s, not that it was a scarcity mindset, but it was very like me. And like I didn't fuck with other people, and I was very protective, right? Because I grew up relatively poor. I don't want to say like dirt poor, but like, you know, it was like one pair of shoes a year, and they were Spaldings from Kmart, like, Yeah. So not poor. I had everything, but not the nicest shit. Yeah. And I think that when I started figuring it out, I was like, oh, okay, protective, right? And I've done that for 10 years. Like I've been very, trying to save stuff and looking out for me. And now I think that's the big thing, is like helping other people, and then also the people around me. Like I need to provide more for them. Like I need to be more. I was talking about finances. I just hired a CEO, and he was asking me like numbers, and I was like, bro, I don't know. I don't know where money's coming from. I don't fucking know. I have enough. And he's like, yeah, but does everyone around you have enough? And I was like, oh shit. He's like, so what happens if you pay attention more? And I was like, wow, I guess if I pay attention more, I have more fucking resources. And if I have more resources, I have more options. And one thing that I always say is like, people are like, what's freedom mean to you? And so freedom's fucking options, bro. Freedom is fucking options. If you don't have options, you don't have freedom. If you're in a room and you can't leave, you don't have the option to leave, your freedom's gone. Right? If your car breaks and you can't get to work, are you really free? Right? If you can't afford to get an Uber, if you can't buy the right food at night, if you can't make your fucking electricity payment. So the more money you have, the more it just provides options for you. So when you really think of that, it's like, well, I want everyone around me to have as many options as fucking possible. Yeah. And that's how I provide freedom for everybody. So if I start paying attention more, because there's different types of currency, right? So like obviously financial currency is a thing. Great. That's the easiest type that we all understand. Yep. Skill sets is currency, right? Like I can trade you a skill that I have or a skill that you have for money. Skill is a fucking currency. The other thing is relationships. So if I keep building relationships with the strong, powerful motherfuckers, that's currency. I can trade that for fucking value. So if I get actual fucking money, actual fucking skills, and then also have really good connections and relationships, like I'm a rich motherfucker. And if I can leverage all of those things to give all of my people more fucking options, I make everyone more free.
Yep.
And I realize that we're at fucking war right now. So if we're at war, how do I fight? I can buy as many guns as I want and wait for the government to come get me on Ruby Ridge, or I can become as powerful as possible and become as free as possible. So when they come for me, at least I can defend myself, whether it's paying for fucking lawyers, whether it's running to another fucking country, or whatever it is, right? But like, I want to have as many options as possible. So what I see, to answer your question, what I see from 40 to 50 is like, I need to become as powerful as possible. And I need to have as many options and as much fucking freedom as possible so that I can provide that to everyone that comes in contact with me. And then people that aren't in contact with me, I need to be a fucking catalyst in their life. whether that's inspiration, the same way I see your photos and I'm like, damn, I need to step my game up. This kid's killing it, right? So I need to show people inspiration, and then I need to give them the fucking knowledge. Anything I have in my head that I've learned, I need to share that with them so that they can become as free as possible. Because I want everyone to be free as fuck. That's what 40 to 50 is.
Love that. I love that. And what makes a powerful leader in your eyes?
Oh my goodness.
What are the qualities? What are the traits that make that? Because that's something I want to know. Like for you, because it's different for everybody. But what makes that powerful leader?
So I think that, right. Look, once again, I'm looking back at this 10-year block, and I think that I've been extremely powerful, right? But I've had issues, like fucking issues with my armor, right? And I think a lot of that was not being self-aware. Okay. It was not understanding why I was doing things, right? Because when you're powerful, you can sort of just do things, right? When you have money, you can just sort of fucking do things. But if you don't know why you're fucking doing it, and you're truly powerful, everyone around you's in danger.
Yeah.
And that's something that really started to add up, is like, I would make decisions that would like destroy fucking people, or I would make decisions that my employees wouldn't like, or I couldn't, relationships would get ruined because I don't know how to fucking talk to people. So I think that the big things for me to truly get me to my next powerful level, right, is I need to understand communication better. I need the fucking words. I need to approach things with grace. Just fucking being a madman over there. I like it. I know. But you should have kept the fucking stand on, bro. This is what you're talking about. He took the stand off like me, and now he's burning himself.
Try to be like Rob.
But I think that learning communication, having the grace, having the understanding of why I do things, and then also realizing that I'm not like other people, right? Like, you're not like other people. So I've spent 10 years projecting myself on other people. So when I talk to people, I just assume they're like me. And I realize that, like, they're not like me. And I can be mad at them for that, or I can realize that, like, I can fucking learn, and maybe they're not on my level. Maybe I'm level 4, right? But they're on level 3. Cool, I need to learn how to talk to a level 3 to get them to my fucking level. I also need to have conversations with people on level 5 so I can get there. But I need to understand the different levels and have that fucking grace so that I can have that conversation. Because if I just teach people and I overwhelm them with like branding or marketing or investments, same thing, like when you talk to me about trading, I just sit there and I'm like, I have no fucking clue what this dude's talking about, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, you need to learn how to talk to me, who has no fucking pedigree in it, so that I can understand. That's the only way I'm going to learn. If not, I'm going to be like, that's fucking crazy. That dude's so smart, right? But if you can learn how to talk to me and explain that to me, you can give me a piece of your superpower and make me that much more powerful. So like, the more I can learn to use my words properly, the more I can learn to be compassionate and talk to people with grace, support people where they need to be supported. That's how I'm going to be able to inject my power into other people, And I also look for that above me, dude. Like, because by no means am I remotely close. I mean, we know where we're at, right?
Yeah.
There's people above us that like make me look fucking silly, and like I want to talk to those people.
Yeah.
And I want to get their superpower from them and pieces of that, and then give mine to people below me, and then figure out how this whole fucking thing works, dude.
Man, this is why I love doing what I do in this fucking podcast. Because you have no idea like how much you're speaking to me. Me and Conrad made eye contact like quite a few times, and we've literally been having.
I'm glad he's not sleeping.
I've been having this exact conversation with him for a while, because this is the shit that I've needed to hear and learn, being where I'm at, and I'm just so fucking fortunate that I have people like you and other people around me that can tell me this. Because I'll be honest, like, I'm fucking lost. I'm lost.
Bro, we're all fucking lost. We're all fucking lost. We are. So that's why, like, if I can share that I'm going through something right now, trying to figure shit out, because I think it's like, it's cool to seem like you have everything figured out, right?
But
like it's really fucking rad, because then you're like, oh well, he's the fucking man. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's so fucking confident, and like, you've come in contact very recently with someone who probably seems like, oh, I know everything. I have everything figured out, right? And what it comes down to is like, you don't, man. You fucking don't.
You don't.
And I think the more you fucking learn, the more you realize, like, I don't know anything. I don't fucking know a damn thing.
It's digging within yourself and digging deep within yourself to find what it is that fulfills yourself and what fulfills you. And that's what I've learned, man. And like, for me, like, everyone's always been asking me, like, why don't you teach? Why don't you have a course? Why don't you do this to make more money and all this? Bro.
Not to make more money, but you got to share what you know with other fucking people. You have to.
But I yes, you do. And I always thought that like is like if there wasn't a value attached to it. But now it's like the value for me is just sharing.
Yeah.
Like I'm learning as I'm teaching these people. I'm learning how to become a better man.
Yep.
I'm learning how to become a better person. I'm learning how to talk to people and how to everything. And like I just went on the Brad dropping bombs with Brad Lee, and he was like, "Well, you're making all this money, but is your squad making this money?" And I was like, "Well, they're not making as much money as me, obviously yet, but like I'm a big believer in you have to put the fucking work in order
100%, dude.
to do that." And so, like, how can I help them?
Mm-hmm.
And like I believe like Conrad can speak. Like we've been working together for how long? 3 years. He was our first employee of our company, and I've seen this man, grow into more
He's
of a man.
He's a full-grown man.
He hasn't slept in fucking 30-something hours. Look at that beard. But I'm just saying, like, I've seen him grow. And I thought, like, oh, well, like, hey, at first, when he first came to me, I was like, well, just hang around me, man. You'll learn how to make money.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, that's not it. Like, this man has become a part of my life that's taught me how to become a man as well.
Yeah.
And, like, that shit's fucking powerful. Yeah. And so, like, just as much value as I hope I'm giving him, he's giving me back in return, and I'm building the people around me to become the most powerful people. Yes. And that is truly like the passion. That's why, like, simply 100% why I'm doing this.
I love it. That's something I've mismanaged, right? Oh, I love it. He's coming. We're gonna hug.
I love that.
Keep it going.
I love that. I love that.
I think that's something that same thing I've mismanaged. That's why it's something I'm really trying to work on, is because I realized that, like, I lost a pretty important employee last year, right? I don't really talk about it because I'm still sort of salty, but I realized that as much as I built him up with knowledge, right, I failed to build him up as a man, right? And I think that, like, you can have power, you can have skill sets, you can have all of that, but, like, if you're not built up as a man, including myself, like, it doesn't fucking matter, because you'll blow it right away, right? And I think that that's something too, is like, I can give all the skills I can, but if I don't lead by example, and if I don't actually give the fucking spiritual knowledge that I have, right? And if I don't evolve and share all that, then, like, dude, nothing else fucking matters. You can have all the money in the world. If you're a fucking asshole, you're gonna end up with no fucking friends, and the friends around you, the friends around you are gonna be there for the wrong fucking reasons. Yeah,
100%. And that's why. So I've been hinting at it lately, but I guess I'll just fucking say it. I'm creating a project, and it's called the Better Man Project.
Oh, I love it.
And it's between the Better Man Project. It's called Living Icon. I'm kind of incorporating all of these together, and I'm basically just going to, I mean, not to be sexist, but I'm only going to accept men.
It's fine.
In this,
we're different.
In this company,
we're different.
My whole entire goal is to teach people how to make money online. I have contacted about 15 to 20 of the best coaches that I've seen in the world to teach different ways of making money. And I am going to be doing 3 calls a month. I'm in a week. Mondays, going to be Motivation Mondays. I'm going to get on there, and I have a whole pamphlet. Like, we go through, write our daily goals, our task, our money goals for the week, for the day, for the month, everything like that. And then I'm going to do Whiskey Wednesdays. And it's going to be I'm going to sit on a fucking screen with a fucking bottle of whiskey, and I'm just going to talk.
I like it.
And people can talk. And then I'm going to do follow-up Fridays. And it's going to be like, okay, Monday, we wrote all our goals down. Friday, if you didn't accomplish your goals by Friday, I'm going to hold you accountable. And the biggest thing that I've realized is that for a long time, I was like, when I started making money, I got on my high horse. I was like, I don't need fucking accountability people. I'm making money. I don't need this. I don't need that. And it's like, I want to put people through what I went through, but I want to elevate them faster than I went through, than what I had to go through. And that's what it is. So basically, I'm creating a group that is an accountability group. That's all it is an accountability group. And we're going to sit there. And my first, my intro video literally is going to be me buying my own fucking book that I have put out for people.
Yeah.
Me buying my own fucking course. because I'm going to be fucking held accountable as well to do it. And
sign up
I've
for that.
learned that I have to be. You will?
Yeah.
Well, I want you in it with me. I want
All
you. I want you to do it with me. But
You said you reached out to people, and I was like, I don't feel like I got reached out to. My feelings got hurt. I'm trying to get more
I
in touch with my
apologize.
feelings, and
I'm sorry.
I felt hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, but what I really want to do is that's it. I just like you said, your purpose and your passion, and like, I just want to fucking inspire fucking men
Yep.
to be fucking men.
My man.
And that's all I'm going with this. Like I'm literally dropping everything. We hired 7 executives in the last. We're working on a few of them more, but we're hiring 7 executives to run all the companies. I got fired from all my companies, removed myself from every single company. I don't make decisions. I'm not going to do anything with any companies anymore because this is what I want to do.
All in, back against the wall.
Back against the wall.
Yep.
I don't get that fucking salary anymore. I don't get that life insurance anymore. I don't get that fucking health. I don't get none of that. I don't get that retirement anymore. And so I'm putting myself. That's how I'm putting myself against the wall. Because I want to be held accountable, and I truly believe that within a year to 2 years, I can have 10 to 15,000 fucking powerful monsters around me to support everything and grow everything, grow everyone.
I don't doubt that for a minute. Man, there's a bunch of hungry motherfuckers out there right now that need it.
Everyone's fucking hungry. I don't care what anyone
fucking hungry.
says.
I said I'm not joking around. I would sign up for it. What was that motion you just did?
10.
Oh.
Meaning that.
Meaning we're pretty late for dinner right now?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. But you know what? Fuck it. We can. Fuck it. We'll buy the restaurant if we have to.
Oh my god, we're buying our.
Fuck it. I mean,
Danny, you got your credit card. We're buying a restaurant tonight.
Hey, we're buying a restaurant. You want to.
Wowie.
You did say something that I've been saying for a while the other day. You want to go back and just serve tables every once in a while.
Yeah.
If you buy a restaurant, you can just do that whenever you want. I love that. So we talked about what's next for you, and man, dude, I'm fucking inspired. I'm pumped the fuck up right now. I can't even speak right now. I'm fucking.
I like it.
That's how I feel right now. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with this. Right now, man. And every time I'm around you, bro, I just get fucking hungry.
Good, man.
Motivated.
Now that I'm in Scottsdale a lot, we're gonna be around each other a lot.
Until I drag you to Europe.
Drag me where?
To Europe.
Danny, he's trying to get me to move to other countries. Oh, she's down. So we'll see.
She was like, "Oh, fuck it,
I
let's
guess
go.
we're moving.
We're moving.
He's in charge of her life now.
No, that's a bad.
No,
I know.
Trust me.
I'm not even in charge of my own life.
I got some years on you. I'm gonna be in charge of my own life for a little more.
You don't want me. I'm a bad influence. I tried to get you to come to Vegas,
and I thought about it. I was like, should I go to Vegas tomorrow with Anthony? And she's like, you have so much to do. And I was like, yeah, but you only live once.
YOLO, dog.
Exactly.
YOLO.
I didn't say YOLO. I said you only live once.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Real man shit. YOLO's pussy boy shit. I love that, man. Man, well, I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me. I like this whole thing you got set up. This is really impressive.
Man, thank you. Whoa, shit, there's a light underneath the porch now?
I know. I see all this. You guys did a good job.
Damn, Conrad, you stepped the game up, dog. You stepped the game up. So
I like how he like does all these hand signals to you.
Yeah, he's look at. Hold on. What is this?
It said something about nipples. You can see my nipples. You can always see my nipples. People are really hung up on like, I can see your nipples.
Is that really a thing?
It's only men. First of all, men are like, I can see your nipples, bro. And it's like, yeah. So
everyone has them.
I got my nipples pierced when I was like 18. And now for the rest of my life, they're hard. No. But they're hard forever. But for some reason, men are always like, I can see his nipples. I'm like, all right, dude, fuck yeah.
Okay, where my brain went was totally inappropriate. I was wondering if you get your dick pierced, does that mean your dick will be hard 24/7?
What?
No. I said if you get your dick pierced, does that mean your dick will be hard all the time?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's worth a shot. You know what I mean?
Would you want a hard dick all the time? It would be cumbersome.
I mean,
wouldn't it?
I feel like.
All right.
I love this. So, we're getting off topic here because this is fun. This is why we do this, though. This is the real conversations that happen that you all now get to see. But for the audience, because we've been growing heavy lately, we've been posting a lot, and it's just finally getting back to growing. Do you have just one tip, one piece of advice that you can tell everyone that like
I always get this question. I don't have an answer. I think my answer is like fitness is the foundation, right? I think that like once again, if you don't take care of your fucking body, I think we learned this, right? When fucking in 2020 and everyone got super fucking sick and people couldn't recover. I think fitness is the fucking foundation for everything. And it's the obvious foundation, right? Like if you're powerful and capable, you're powerful and fucking capable, right? You have value, even if you're not intelligent, you have fucking value. If something goes wrong, you can help. But I think that on top of that, I think putting yourself through hard things every single day, showing up for yourself, builds fucking confidence, and it gives you skill sets that gives you the baseline for everything in fucking life. So I think if I had to say something, it would be fitness is the foundation.
Fitness is the foundation. I love that. Yeah. So in my project, I'm putting a whole workout regimen.
Good. Make those motherfuckers
and I'm putting like different types of diet plans, like whatever people want to be. And the reason why when I'm started this is there was a kid on the internet, and this shit motivates me. There was a kid on the internet, and I posted a video, and I said, hey, if anyone, has any problems, if like you're a man that you have a problem, you're upset, you don't, something about life, like reach out to me. Like I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to talk to you. And I literally spend hours a day responding to messages. And this kid reached out to me. And I mean, I say kid, but he's probably 23, 24, 25. Still a kid. And he goes, man, life is really tough right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I think about killing myself. I feel like my wife doesn't respect me. And I just don't know what I want in life. I don't know what to do. And I said, and he was like, I've just thought about killing myself. And I said, go work out.
100%.
So I said, just go work out. And he goes, I'm telling you, I'm thinking about killing myself, and you're telling me to go work out.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I was like, come back to me tomorrow. See how you feel. Came back to me the next day, and I said, okay, come back to me in 7 days. And came back 7 days, and he goes, man, this shit's crazy. And I go, oh, well, that's cool. Come back to me in 7 more days.
Yeah.
2 weeks passed, and he goes, damn. He goes, I'm really starting to like see a difference in my life.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. I was like, that's what happens. I said, now when you get a 6-pack, come back to me.
Yeah.
And then he just texted me the other day, and he was like, dude, it's been 6 weeks, and I feel fucking great. I'm noticing a difference in my life. Everything around me is changing. My wife respects me a little bit more. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, because you're holding yourself accountable, and you're doing what you're saying you're gonna do, and you're actually doing it. Yep. And I heard this from Kels, and I just had it on the podcast, and he goes, how can you expect people around you to respect you if you don't respect yourself enough?
Yes.
To do what you say you're gonna do.
Yep.
And that was it. And so like I agree 100%. Like if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, get your ass in the fucking gym. Go
or
work
run.
out.
Do something physical. Yeah.
Something.
It's amazing what your body does.
Active.
Movement. What movement does to a fucking body.
And so I agree 100%. And I think that is key. That is crucial. I fucking love that, man. I love that, man.
Appreciate you,
but we got to head to dinner because we're eating some oysters, some steak, some caviar.
Oh, all the things.
All the fucking goodies. All the fucking goodies. I love it. I love it. Well, real quick before we head off, where can people find you? Which everyone already knows you, but
shit. So if you go to Kill Rob Bailey on Instagram, or you go to Land and Ammo, which is our band right now. But yeah, Kill Rob Bailey, Flag Nor Fail.
Love that.
Yeah.
Best fucking these shirts right here. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, man.
I got 6 of them.
Dude, that's all I wear. I have like
6 of them motherfuckers.
I just only wear this.
I love them. Well, once again, please share this video so we can get it out there. Also, make sure you are liking, commenting, making sure you're subscribed. Turn that notification bell on because we're dropping these podcasts all the fucking time. And once again, much love and peace.
Start when we stop, we gon' get it done. When we start.